What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. You don't know that it's me, and this is Malika's Flex. I want to say a big welcome back to all my flexers, all my big flexers, all my super flexers. And you guys know it is free to become a flexer, big flexer, super flexer. All you need to do is subscribe and interact, and there you go, you are a flexer or a big flexer. But to be a super flexer, once you interact with me and you share information that I can use on my YouTube channel, you're a super flexer. All right, so today I want to say a big shout out to the person who has provided me with this story to share with you all today. I can't call the name, but girl, big up yourself. All right, so I want to call this series Stressed Out Fridays. Yes, I asked you guys on my Instagram, also on my YouTube, I asked you guys on different platforms just to share with me some stories that you have with your worst experience in any job that you've had before. Some of you all reached out, and I thank you guys so much. The aim was to actually share as many stories as I possibly could in one sitting. However, based on how long this story is, I was like, okay, I'll have to save the other stories for another time. And I want to share this story today. So just to let you guys know, this is not my story. I am sharing this on behalf of an anonymous sender. If you all have a story, a traumatic experience that you've had at your workplace, maybe a former workplace, current workplace, that you want the world to know, please send it to my email that's listed on the screen, or you can share it with me on my Instagram that's also listed on the screen. And you don't have to worry, I will not share the name of your workplace. I'll not share your name. Everything will be completely anonymous. I will not do that to you, okay? So this person, I'm gonna go ahead and start the story. I started to read like the first few lines and I was like, you know what? I want to read it in real time. I want to have my reaction fully on camera. Let's get into it. So she says, so I didn't have the most favorable time at X, that's the name of her school, where I was tasked of taking on 3 additional classes in the Easter term when a colleague left for maternity leave and was told we were just gonna substitute. Everyone agreed. Cool. Then only to receive an email stating that I was to take on those classes while another colleague would be stuck with only 1 grade 10 social studies class, claiming she's not trained to teach history. Even got called into a meeting with the VP and HOD, who stated I flat out refused, and even when I showed my doctor letter speaking to the high reading of my blood pressure, it's like they didn't care. So I valued myself and started to look elsewhere, as they wanted me to write a letter of commitment to the school, to which I decided I'm not going to do without a lawyer present. Fast forward, I ended up resigning on the basis of that experience and got through at XY High School the same day of the interview. So she did an interview, got through the same day. Big up yourself, girl. But guys, let me pause. Have you ever heard of a letter of commitment? I've worked at, well, just 2 schools in Jamaica, and I've never been asked to write a letter of commitment before. Somebody tell me in the comment section if that's actually a thing, because I've never heard of something like that before. Let me know. Let me continue. So it was a few weeks after that I found myself in a state of being unwell and my menses were late. Didn't really think nothing of it really, as it tends to fluctuate. Only to do a test to find out I was pregnant. All while planning a wedding in the mix. Nevertheless, I shared the news to my friends and family, some of which aren't happy to this day. Started the job at W school, or XY school, with 8 classes and a terrible timetable. But I tried my best to be the teacher, the best teacher that I am. Then I decided to break the news to the head of the school. It was from there the trouble started. I am a glasses person, so I signed up to get my health insurance, gave in the papers and everything, not seeing the funds taken out as well. So I went to query. As I was trying to get assistance for the delivery, all being well, and to also renew my glasses, came to find out the most devastating news that the clear vacancy post that I have inquired about both times in the interview, about which they replied yes, magically transformed to an 8-month post. Yo. I was even called to the principal's office where she gave her three vice principals, okay, where she used her 3 vice principals as witnesses to say to me that she doesn't know who told me the job was clear, while one of the same VPs who interviewed me was in the room silent as a lamb. I hate when people just say nothing and just throw me under the bus. I don't like that. This was on the evening of my first prenatal appointment. So let's just say my blood pressure was through the roof. The girl don't see already that she not have good blood pressure. Mentally, I just checked out because of her statement made of another woman who got pregnant and took days to go to antenatal clinic. And then she's going to tell me they took her days. And then when the time came, she had no maternity leave, which is unheard of and very much illegal. So we had to take the matters in our own hands, me and my now husband, and go private, which cost us an extra $60,000. Girl, we got those. Anyway, the cost of prenatals plus aspirin, as I'm at risk for blood clot, has me buying prescription medication on a regular basis with no insurance to help with the aspirin or my delivery. I was even told that I may not even get maternity leave with pay, and I have a car loan to finish June of this year. I then took it upon myself to head to the ministry as the school's principal claimed that a letter was sent regarding the alleged mistake made, and I'm yet to see that letter or my file when I requested to see it. Instead, I got an attitude from the administration of the school saying that I can't view my file like that. In lieu of all this, I got married, but I continued on. Because of me highlighting their so-called mistake, I was called to the office to sign a new set of 503 forms, while the VP is going to tell me repeatedly that the appointment is temporary and based on the appraisal, while I'm just trying to secure my pay until August so I can resign and find a better environment or one that sucks less. I went to the ministry where I spoke to the clerk of the school regarding what was happening and to see if they were lying. However, they were lucky. I asked them about the process and they are going to tell me that they are aware and the letter is to be sent back to them. The personnel was kind enough to also let me know that my letter I had dropped off at the school's office telling them of estimate dates of delivery and my ultrasound report as proof had not gotten to them in February when it was dropped off the second day I returned from Christmas break. And also finding out that the principal is leaving on secondment and the matter has still not yet been resolved as it was their mistake. Nevertheless, with multiple visits to the ministry, I got my papers of approval for my maternity leave with pay and the corrected appointment letter to which they will have to pay me up until August. But the thing is, they don't know that I know, and it's now March, and they've yet to tell me anything regarding the situation. If I hear nothing then, I will report them to the Ministry of Labor and Education. This is beyond slackness at the highest level. Funny thing of the situation, my husband was going work at his job and was talking to the customer about he needs to hurry as I wasn't well that evening, and only to find out that gentleman was the principal's cousin. We're in such a small world, y'all. Fun to say, he told his mom, which then gave her a telling. But what I'm going to do is find out if the school has received the letters as they should have, and if they tell me no and the ministry tells me the bearer picked it up, then someone is lying and they will be reported. This was a long one, but of course I'm going to give my input on this, and it's a messed up situation, especially where pregnant women are concerned. I did a TikTok on this, and if I can find the TikTok, I'm going to insert it right here.
It's crazy that in 2022, Jamaican teachers are still being strongly reprimanded and frowned upon for having a child out of wedlock.
So I made a video about teachers who are strongly reprimanded for having children out of wedlock, and the comment section is like, what? This is happening? I lie, you, I tell you, just making up stuff for content. But trust me, I've seen it happen over and over again. In some schools, when you get pregnant out of wedlock, if you're in your first year at that school, not necessarily your first year in teaching, but your first year at that school, sometimes they ask you not to come back for the second year. They will not say, oh, you're not coming back because you're pregnant. They're going to find other things. Everybody's not perfect. No teacher is perfect. So you're going to make mistakes in your first year at the school, and they will find the little mistakes that you made to say you can't come back. Maybe you were consistently late, or maybe you were late with your grades, or classroom management, whatever the case is. Whatever small thing that you were not so good at, they'll use those little things and say, oh, don't come back next year, knowing well that is because you're pregnant. For other teachers who already have their permanency at the school, they will like not promote them. And I know people personally who have been withheld from being promoted because they got pregnant out of wedlock. In the minds of some administrators, they're saying that you are setting a bad example for the students. But my thing is, and I'm a Christian and I'm still gonna say this, you cannot expect everybody to uphold Christian beliefs. Many of these rules are coming from a Christian standpoint. Yes, we're a Christian nation, but not everybody is a Christian. You can't expect people to uphold Christian beliefs. As a matter of fact, one of the very first schools that I worked at, one of the interview questions was to ask, do you have a boyfriend? How soon do you think you'll get married? Y'all don't think that's weird? That's not a weird question, and I'm not the only one who got that question. Like while being there and speaking to other teachers, I found out some of my single teacher friends at the time were also asked similar questions, like, why y'all need to know if I got a boyfriend? Like, how does this affect the job though? Many individuals did not believe me in my TikTok that I did like almost over a year ago when I said that there are so many schools in Jamaica that discriminate against pregnant women. As she said, she wasn't married at the time when she found out that she was pregnant. I hope that I reported that well. I don't want to tell any lie on her story, but she reported that she was pregnant at the time. Then she got married afterwards. And if you guys know the system in Jamaica, you know that even if you get married afterwards, people are going to calculate and see that you were pregnant before, and they are going to chastise you for it. Is they will withhold a promotion. So even though you are a hard worker and you're obviously deserving of a senior teacher position, some schools will definitely withhold that senior teacher position from you. And as long as some of these administrators are there, they will ensure that even when you get older, you're 10 years older, 15 years older, they're not giving you the position because they hold that over you, that you got pregnant and you were not married. Once again, these are things that I have observed. This is basically what this person has outlined, that suddenly when she realized that she was pregnant, it became an issue. It's something that I really think that our system needs to stop. It's something that's adding. You guys know that my channel is all about teacher migration and showing you guys opportunities for teachers to migrate. So this is one of the reasons. So yes, many teachers migrate because of the money, and for better opportunities and just for different reasons, but it's the little things really. Some people are okay with the pay that they're getting in Jamaica, especially since the pay raise, but there are other things that cause people to want to leave nonetheless. And not to say that, oh, the education system in America or England or Dubai or China or Japan will be any better, but there are some things, some levels of slackness that people just cannot put up with at any point in time or any further, and they are forced to leave. This is happening, has been happening, and continues to happen in 2024. It's not as bad as it was when I was a child. And I tell you, I've been observing these things from I was a child. I went to a Christian school. I've seen it. We were children, but we understood what was happening. I've seen it happen in, you know what? Let me stop talking. But I wish this person all the best. Guys, I want to hear what you think of this situation down below. It was a lot. I fumbled at different times trying to read this long thing. Girl, you sent me this with barely any punctuation marks, so I was just running. Girl. Guys, if you too have a story that you would like to share, you don't have to be a teacher. If you want to share your horrible experience, one of the worst experiences that you've had on your job, feel free to send it to me through my email that is on the screen or to my Instagram. Once again, as you all have seen in this video, your name will not be mentioned. The name of your workplace will not be mentioned. I will not do that to you. Thank you for tuning into what I would like to call Stressed Out Fridays. Hopefully this and every Friday, I will be able to share somebody's story or multiple stories from various individuals regarding their workplace trauma. Thank you guys for watching Malika's Flex. Thank you guys for watching to the end. I don't take it for granted that you have watched to the end. I know that you could have stopped from the very first minute into the video, but you're here right to the very end, and I appreciate you guys. Remember, leave your comments in the comment section respectfully. We don't do out of order over here. We do respectful comments, otherwise your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked from commenting further on my channel. Thank you guys once again. It's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. I don't know that it's me, and this is Malika's Flex saying I'm here.